You're watching NDTV Good Times.
Most girls grow up with the idea of meeting that someone special and living a blissfully happy life with them. We spend our adolescence searching for our so-called soulmate to experience the most cherished feeling of all, love. But what happens if things turn sour with our supposed soulmate? What do you do if they become violent or abusive? How do you know when and where to draw a line and end that relationship? Hello and welcome to Lounge with me, Rajat Kapoor. Today we'll be talking about abusive relationships and their repercussions. Let's meet my first guest, Vida.
Hi, my name is Vida Samadzai. I am an actress, a model, and throughout my life I've been in 3 long-term relationships, and out of 3, 2 have been not smooth ones. There have been lots of abuse emotionally, physically, mentally, and basically verbally and non-verbally. And I've learned a lot from all those experiences, and those experiences have made me much more stronger, which in the future no one can mess with me.
Hi, Vida.
Hi.
Welcome to Lounge.
Thank you.
So you have been in an abusive relationship.
2 abusive relationships. The first relationship lasted for 8 years. I was a teenager, got into it. So mentality and perspective, everything was different, level of education. Then I learned throughout. The point is, I was thirsty for love. I mean, we all are always. As usual, we would be wanting that. Eventually, I realized it wasn't what I wanted to be in that relation for many reasons. And then he realized that I was going through some changes. He didn't agree to it. He didn't like it. Then he started becoming abusive.
Okay.
So,
like physically abusive? What?
Emotionally, mentally was there 24/7. Before coming home, I had to make sure the house was spotless. I had to make sure the dinner was ready and all that. Everything had to be organized. The closet.
You were doing all that?
Yes.
And then how did you put up resistance or a fight? Or you just walked out?
I didn't. It took me a year. It took me 1 year. Luckily, he actually said, you know what, you spend too much time with your family and parents and all that. Why don't you just go live with them? I was like, sure, I would love to, with pleasure. And I left his house. Then he realized it was a mistake because I was stubborn. It was a great opportunity for me to leave. He's like, come back. He sent his family. Towards the end, he came to finalize. He's like, just come back. I'll do anything. I was like, no, I'm not interested. Honestly, I was so happy to just leave the house. 8 years is a long time. Since then, since that time up to now, I'm like the best time of my life. Just extremely happy.
But you said you went...
There's that one tiny little period of my life, in India, that is.
And how long was that period?
That lasted for 8 months or so. From the second week after I met him, I said, this won't work. I'm very independent. I need my space. He was very insecure because I was in this field, glamorous field, glamour world. So he couldn't take it. If anyone called me or texted me, he had to know who it was. Me being in events late at night, because that's part of my job. Modeling, acting, events.
Right.
He would not like it. But that doesn't mean anything. Traveling around.
So that became overbearing and...
Emotional abuse, again, physical came towards the end. Because he just knew that he couldn't have me anymore. And for one day, he had a key to my house. He stole a key. He stalked me many times. He had a key to my house. He had guard ring the doorbell, because I would lock from the back as well. So I opened the door, and he just forced himself in. And the beating lasted 8 hours.
Sorry?
The beating lasted 8 hours.
He beat you for 8 hours?
I wouldn't say non-stop, but yes. Yes.
And when he was beating you, what was going through your mind?
To get out of that house, right, as soon as I could.
You could not?
I couldn't, because obviously I was woken up from my sleep. So the sleeping silky, what I had on. So that was hard to get a grip of something.